Police and Crime Stoppers need your help tracking down this man in connection to a deadly shooting that happened near ECMC this morning. This is 45-year-old Adam Benefield. Police say he may be armed and is dangerous. You should call 911 if you see him. Crime Stoppers is offering up to $2,500 for information that leads police to him tonight. The Erie County Sheriff's Office says Benefield is a person of interest in the death of Keaira Hudson, the mother of 3, shot in front of her children this morning on Richlawn Avenue. We spoke with her family today, who told us the disturbing details of domestic violence they say she suffered leading up to her murder.
She said that she needed her vest. She just got a vest in yesterday. She had it on, and she took a picture in it last night and said, "If this isn't a cry for help, I don't know what is." Buffalo Police Department.
Montasia Jeter says this was the last photo of her sister, Keaira Hudson, alive, taken last night strapping on this bulletproof vest, living in fear of her partner, Adam Benefield. Jeter says her sister was in an abusive relationship.
She zipped up her bulletproof vest this morning and said, my mom asked her, "Why are you putting that vest on?" She said, "Because, Mom, he's going to kill me. You don't understand."
Moments after loading up her 3 children in her SUV to take them to school Wednesday morning and leaving her mother's house where she was staying as a safe haven, Jeter says Benefield slammed into her car from the front, causing her to crash, walked around the driver's side and shot her, all in front of a school bus and Hudson's children.
She's just been trying to get help. I've been with her, going to police stations. She's been texting me, sending me videos, giving me her phone password just in case anything. She gave me her cell phone password just in case I need to get into her phone.
Police are now looking for 45-year-old Benefield in connection with her murder. Police say he is armed and dangerous. Crime Stoppers offering a $2,500 reward for any information leading to an arrest. Jeter says her sister has documented the abuse on social media, recently posting a nearly 8-minute video on Facebook of her being beaten in her home. What police and eyewitnesses say happened Wednesday has eerie similarities to a crime 22 years ago. In 2000, Benefield slammed a stolen car into the car being driven by an ex-girlfriend on the 33 and forced her and a friend inside his car at gunpoint. He then led police on a high-speed chase before one of the women jumped out of the moving car at 50 miles an hour. 6 months later that year, police say Benefield escaped the Alden Correctional Facility for 19 hours.
Everybody was trying to help her, and this is what happens.
Hudson's ex-boyfriend and father of one of her children telling our Leah Lando he's appalled by this situation.
I know he was arrested a couple days ago for domestic violence.
I think your daughter was in that car.
Yes, she was.
And she saw what happened.
Yes, she did. And there was 2 other kids in the car, a newborn and a 5-year-old.
The kids are okay tonight. It's important to note Buffalo police have not officially named Benefield a suspect in this shooting. Again, if you think you know where he is, you've got to call 911 immediately.
The mother of a 30-year-old Buffalo woman who was killed by her estranged husband wants answers. Keaira Hudson Benefield was murdered execution-style on October 5th when Adam Benefield allegedly crashed into her car, pulling out a shotgun and killing her in front of her 3 kids. Keaira had begged police to help her from her abusive husband, who had a prior conviction for kidnapping another ex at gunpoint in weeks before she was murdered. Keaira posted a horrendous 8-minute video to Facebook in which Adam allegedly punched, kicked, and slapped her relentlessly. Adam was arrested a week after the late September assault and charged with only a string of misdemeanor charges, including 3rd-degree assault, 4th-degree criminal mischief, 2nd-degree menacing, 2nd-degree unlawful imprisonment. The low-level charges prevented the judge from setting bail. Keaira was in such fear for her life, she resorted to wearing a bulletproof vest. Morning of October 5th, Keaira wore a bulletproof vest to drop off her 3 kids, ages 6 months to 9, off to school This preventative measure did not help the doomed mother. Keaira died at the scene. And to add insult to injury, the kids who witnessed the murder had blood all on their clothing. Adam knew that Keaira was really serious this time about ending the marriage, and he was not going to sit back and let that happen, by no means necessary. So for him to actually be out of jail less than 24 hours before he killed her, I really think that when he was in jail, he plotted to perform this heinous job. He plotted the murder of his wife. He knew the route she took to bring the kids to school. So, since he wasn't able to get in contact with her on the phone or go over and see her, he set in her path, knowing that she would pass, to bring her kids to school. I really think that he plotted this whole thing. In my opinion, I think when Adam was in jail, he took that time to plot against Keaira because he knew that Keaira was really serious this time. He knew it was over. And I guess he felt like, you know what, if I can't have you, no one else will. So he took that time when he was in jail to plot on what he was going to do to Keaira, because no less than 24 hours after he was released from jail, Keaira was dead. I don't think he woke up that morning saying, you know what, I'm going to kill Keaira today. I think it was something he planned, in my opinion.
Again, stronger protections for domestic violence survivors. That's what a local mother and daughter want to create with a new online petition.
Yeah, the family now calling on lawmakers to pass Hudson's Law, named for a Buffalo mother who was shot and killed earlier this month. Tonight, the man accused of killing Keaira Hudson is behind bars, being held without bail since his arrest last Wednesday. Adam Benefield is charged with second-degree murder and endangering the welfare of children. Investigators say he shot Hudson, seen here in her SUV earlier this month, while her kids were with her. Our 7 News I-team was the first to discover just 24 hours before Hudson's murder. Authorities had Benefield in custody and charged him for assaulting Hudson, but a judge let him go because the charges did not qualify for bail in New York.
And that's where Jeannie and Kimberly Thompson want to see a change. They've put this petition online calling on state leaders to adjust these laws. The bill, named in honor of Hudson, would make people convicted of domestic violence ineligible for bail. I spoke with Jeannie and her daughter this afternoon about why this cause means so much to them.
When I heard about Keaira, I felt like I got punched in the stomach. I felt like, oh my God, how? How can this happen?
Jeannie Thompson and her daughter Kimberly never met Keaira Hudson, but the story of her murder has motivated them to call for stronger protections for victims of domestic violence.
Keaira is a stranger to us. We don't know her. But yet again, we do. We do know her because we know the pain and the suffering that she felt, being terrified for her life.
Hudson's story hit close to home for the Thompsons. 24-year-old Kimberly is a domestic violence survivor after getting out of an abusive relationship with a longtime boyfriend.
He threatened my life. He threatened to put a gun in my head. He choked me, broke my nose.
And that's why Kimberly and Jeannie have started a petition on MoveOn.org to create Hudson's Law. It would change bail laws in domestic violence cases in New York. Hudson's estranged husband, Adam Benefield, is charged in her murder. The 7 News I-team learned he was released the day before Hudson was killed because the court could not legally keep him locked up.
I'm naming it Hudson's Law. And by the grace of God, I hope that this makes a huge change and a difference for all victims and survivors, and it brings more awareness to the whole situation of domestic violence.
It's a complicated and delicate situation.
Attorney Florina Altschiller is our 7 News legal expert.
Every domestic violence situation does not result in murder, but the few that do are shocking, are horrific, and are what make the news and are a huge concern, and are something that society would very much like to prevent to the extent possible.
Altschiller believes while the calls for change might be warranted, legally there needs to be a balance between not allowing guilty parties go free while not jailing people who are innocent.
I think they require a lot of thought and a lot of thought as to the consequences, not just consequences for the offender, but also consequences for people who may be similarly situated in the future, who are not going to turn into murderers.
Still, the Thompsons say something has to change.
What's going to happen if we don't do it? What's going to happen, Jeff? You're going to be reporting on more cases like this, more tragedies that could be prevented if we do Hudson's Law.
Now, that MoveOn.org petition was directed at Congressman Chris Jacobs. I reached out to his office today to see if he had seen the petition, but did not hear back. If you are interested tonight, there is a link to sign that petition in this story. It's available right now at WKBW.com. And if you or a loved one is experiencing domestic violence, there is always help available 24/7. You can call either of the hotlines that are on your screen. Find the links to more help as well at WKBW.com.
As far as Keaira's mother, Tammy Hudson, is concerned, Hochul's support for New York's no-cash bail law has directly led to her daughter's barbaric death. Keaira reached out to so many people, but to no avail. Buffalo Police Department, they failed her. She contacted them constantly, but she still ended up dying. We have to push stricter laws for this because it's not going to get better. Just like they said, it's going to only get worse. You know, I understand the story happened like almost a year ago, but I just became aware of it. And I really want to touch bases on it because it happens a lot. And I think it's something that really needs to be discussed. You know, while I was researching this, I also found out some other things about Adam Benefield. And he actually essayed someone. So I don't even understand how this man was out of jail to begin with. And I also wonder if Keaira was aware of that. I mean, because she does have 3 young kids. You know, she might have not known. I mean, I hope she didn't know because I'd hate to think that she did. But anyway, sound off in the comments. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this topic. Please remember to be respectful. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions. If you made it to the end of my video, you are amazing. And I will see you guys next time.